Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into one of the most popular ORM frameworks for .NET developers, that is Entity Framework Core. ORM. ORM stands for Object-Relational Mapping. It is a programming technique used to convert data between incompatible systems using object-oriented programming languages. ORMLs allow developers to interact with database using the programming language's objects rather than writing raw SQL queries. This abstraction layer simplifies database operations and integrates seamlessly with the application's code base. Introduction. If you are looking to streamline your data access in your applications, it is a fantastic tool that helps you to work with database using C# code instead of writing SQL queries. This makes your life as a developer so much easier and your code cleaner and more maintainable. This video is for you. Entity Framework Core or EF Core is a lightweight, extensible and cross-platform variant of the popular Entity Framework data access technology. It's designed to work with .NET Core applications, but it also supports .NET Framework. With EF Core, you can work with a database using .NET objects, eliminating the need for the most data access code that developers usually need to write. The most important topic in the Entity Framework is the migrations. What is the purpose of migration? The purpose of migration in Entity Framework Core is to manage changes to your database schema over time in a controlled and consistent manner. Purpose of migrations in Entity Framework Core. First purpose is schema evolution. As your application evolves, you might need to add new tables, remove existing tables, or modify the columns. Migration allows you to update the database schema to reflect these changes without losing existing data. Number 2, variant control. Migrations provide a way to keep track of changes to your database schema. Each migration represents a point in time snapshot of your schema. Make it easier to understand how your database has changed over time. Number 3, consistency. Migrations ensure that changes to the database schema are applied consistently across different environments. For example, development environment, testing, and the production. This helps to prevent issues caused by manual updates or differences between environments. Last purpose of migrations is automation. Migrations automate the process of applying schema changes. This reduces the risk of errors and makes it easier to deploy updates on the production server. Use EF Core in Visual Studio. First of all, we need Nugget packages. The most important Nugget package that we use for EF Core is Microsoft Entity Framework Core. The second Nugget package is Microsoft Entity Framework Core.SQL Server. This package is required if we are using SQL Server database in our .NET application. And third and the last package that we need for EF Core is Microsoft Entity Framework Core.Tools. This package actually runs the anti-framework core commands in Visual Studio. Let me explain mostly used EF core commands that we are run in Package Manager console when we are using Microsoft Visual Studio. First command is add migration. Creates a new migration by comparing the current model to the last applied migration. Example is add dash migration and then specify any name, that is basically the name of migration. Second command is update database. Applies any pending migrations to the database. This will run the up method of the new migrations. The previous command, which is add migration, this command actually create a class inside the Visual Studio in the migrations folder that contains two methods. One is up method and second is down method. Both methods containing the script that actually keep the changes. For example, create a table or add a new column or update the table, so on. And also this class contains a down method that basically reverts that migration. And when we run the update database commands, then this migration script is run actually on the SQL server and the table is created or new column is added to the table and so on. If you want to update the database to specific migration, you can specify the migration name. For example, update dash database, then dash migration space migration name. This command we are used when we want to update the database to only specific migration, not run the all migrations. Updating database to a specific migration and reverting to a previous migration are related, but they serve slightly different purposes depending on the context in which you are using them. Because whenever we have update database to specific migration or revert to a specific migration, then the command is totally same. But what is the difference? Let me explain that to you. Both involve specifying a particular migration, but their intent and use cases differ. Let me explain you the use case. Update database to a specific migration. This command updates the database to match state that defined by specific migration. If you specify a migration that is earlier than current migration, that means your database migration version is a previous version and you are moving to the next version, that means EF core will apply the update script. And if a migration is already applied, then EF core will apply the down methods of all migrations after the specified migration. To revert a previous migration, specify the migration you want to go back to. EF core will run the down methods of all migrations after the specified migration. The command is same, but if the migration is not run, then EF core update the database to specified migration, and if the migration is already applied and migration row is present in migration table, then the EF core will run the down method. Here is the command update that database dash migration previous migration name. Now, if we want to remove last migration, if you want to remove the last migration, for example, if you made a mistake and you want to redo it, use the command remove dash migration. Simple. To force remove migration, even if it has been applied to the database, it means migration is created and we have run the script update database, that migration applied to the database. Now if you want to remove the migration file and its effect from the database, then the command is used remove dash migration space minus dash force. That command first remove the migration effect from the database and then remove that migration file from the Visual Studio. Generates a SQL script from migrations. We have to write a command in a package manager console script dash migration to generate a script from a specific migration to another. Then we have to write a command script dash migration space dash from migration name to list all migrations applied to the database. Then we have to write a command get migration. Thank you.